The man who lied to you didn't make a mistake. He made a choice. He looked you in your eyes, held your hand, kissed your forehead, and lied through his teeth on purpose. He knew what he was doing. He calculated the silence. He measured the timing. He tested how many broken promises you'd forgive just to feel chosen. And you let it slide. Again and again and again. You begged for honesty, and he gave you fairy tales. You offered real love, and he handed you lies wrapped in charm. You sat there thinking it was your fault, that maybe if you were more patient, more loving, more understanding, he'd finally give you the truth. But truth was never his goal. Control was. Before we go any further, if this just hit something deep, press that like button and hit subscribe. This is where the lies end and your healing begins. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into it. You gave everything to a man who wore a mask and called it love. You broke yourself into pieces and handed them to someone who never even tried to hold you whole. I once worked with a woman named Celia. She stayed with a man who lied about everything: where he was, who he was with, what he wanted. He said, "I'm just confused," but somehow was clear enough to keep seeing other women while stringing her along. You know what she told me? "Maybe I'm expecting too much." Too much. Girl, asking for the truth isn't too much. It's the bare minimum. But society trained you to see love as endurance, as sacrifice, as fixing broken men with a whole heart. You've been brainwashed to believe that love means pain and healing means staying. No, that's not love. That's manipulation dressed in romance. You've been lied to twice. Once by him, and again by a world that told you to stay quiet, be patient, and love him through his chaos. And now look at you, tired, confused, and calling it love. So say it with me, say it in the comments. No more lies. Let him hear it. Let the universe hear it. Let the woman inside you hear it. The one you buried under every excuse you made for his betrayal. Because what's coming next? We're about to expose every game he played, and this time you will be the one in control. Let's go. Number 1. He didn't lie because he was confused. He lied because it worked. So, my dear, let's get one thing straight right now. He didn't lie because he was confused. He lied because it worked, because every time he fed you another excuse, you swallowed it. Every time he vanished and came back with a new story, you welcomed him in like nothing happened. Every tear he cried, every "I didn't mean to," every "I'm just lost right now," it wasn't confusion, it was strategy. He wanted to do what he wanted and keep you in his pocket. That's not love. That's manipulation on a silver platter. And let's stop acting shocked. You heard the lies. You felt the shift in your gut. You read the message he accidentally left open. You saw the red flags waving like fire, and still you painted them white. Not because you're dumb, but because you were raised in a world that taught you to endure instead of exit. A world that told you men lie, but love forgives. No, real love doesn't lie. Real love doesn't leave you shattered, second-guessing your worth at 3 a.m. He told you, "I didn't want to hurt you." Reality, he didn't want to lose you while doing what he pleased. He wanted freedom and your loyalty, his cake and your tears. And you gave it, because somewhere deep down, this world taught you that if a man is just broken enough, it's your job to heal him. Let me tell you what I saw on a forum once. A woman wrote about how she caught her boyfriend cheating, full-on cheating. She saw the texts, she saw the photos. You know what made her stay? He cried. Big crocodile tears, told her she was the one, that he made a mistake, that he was scared of how much he loved her. Guess what? He was texting the same girl again within 2 weeks. He wasn't scared of losing her. He was scared of losing access to her, her body, her comfort, her devotion. Let's be clear. Liars don't fear hurting you. They fear losing their grip on you. You've been spoon-fed this garbage since you were a little girl. Through songs, through movies, through your own mother maybe. Men mess up. Love means staying. If you really care, you'll be patient while he figures it out. No. Love is not a prison where you wait for a man to finish playing with fire and come back burned, begging. Love is not a battlefield where only you bleed. Love is not supposed to break you. But here's the part that hurts the most, and you already know it. You believed in something that never existed, and admitting that rips the soul in half. I get it. Because letting go of the lie also means letting go of the dream, the future you imagined, the version of him that only lived in your head, the fake man you defended while the real one tore you apart. And yes, it's painful, but that pain, it's not weakness, it's the beginning of your power, because once the illusion breaks, you break free. Once the mask slips off, you stop begging the actor to love you. The pain you feel right now, that's your rebirth. That's the sound of your heart, pulling the knife out and deciding it won't be stabbed again. So, repeat after me. I stop giving chances to someone who uses them to hurt me again. Type it in the comments. Let it echo through your fingers. Let him feel it in the silence you owe him now. Let the universe know that this time you see it. You're done forgiving what was never sorry. You're done giving what was never cherished. Because what's coming next? Oh, it's not just about him anymore. It's about the biggest lie of all, the one you told yourself. And next, we're going to rip that one wide open. Let's go. Number 2, you keep letting him lie because you keep lying to yourself. So you want to blame him? Fine, he deserves it. But let's pause that rage for just 1 second because we need to talk about you. Why do you keep ignoring the truth that's screaming right in front of your face? You caught him in lies, and you still stayed. You read the texts he swore weren't real. You saw the late-night DMS to girls you don't even know. You heard the change in his voice, felt the shift in his energy, watched him become distant, cold, secretive. And yet, you held on. You told yourself maybe he was tired. Maybe he was confused. Maybe he didn't mean it. Girl, maybe you just didn't want to admit the truth. You keep letting him lie because you keep lying to yourself. That's the real betrayal. You're not just holding on to him, you're holding on to a fantasy. You're clinging to the version of him you built in your mind, the one you thought he could be if you just loved him right, if you were more patient, if you gave more chances, if you didn't push too hard. But here's the ugly truth. He is exactly who he's shown you he is. You're not confused. You're just afraid to start over. You're afraid to admit you got played. You're afraid to say, I chose him, and he chose to break me. You're trying to fix a house that's already burned to the ground. You're standing in the ashes with a paintbrush, trying to decorate ruins. And that's not strength. That's self-destruction disguised as loyalty. Let me tell you about a woman I came across in a forum. She found her boyfriend on Tinder, active profile, swiping like a man on a mission. When she confronted him, he said, "It's just for fun. I never meet up with them." And she stayed. She told herself, well, at least he's not cheating physically. That's the lie she chose, not the one he told her, the one she told herself. And that lie was more dangerous than anything he ever said. The lie you tell yourself is more dangerous than the one he told you. Because it's the lie that keeps you stuck. It's the lie that keeps you trying. It's the lie that keeps you giving, sacrificing, bending, breaking. He doesn't even have to do the work anymore. You're doing it for him. And maybe that's the part that hurts the most, realizing that he doesn't even have to fight to stay in your life. You're doing all the fighting for both of you, while he lies, while he plays, while he watches you shrink and still dares to call it love. So here's your truth. It ends when you end it. Not when he changes, not when he grows up, not when he suddenly becomes honest. It ends when you stop lying to yourself about what this is and what it will never be. Say it with me. Say it loud. Say it for the girl inside you who's had enough. I face the truth, even when it hurts. Drop it in the comments. Let it slap the fantasy out of your mouth. Let him feel the shift. Let you feel the shift. Because coming up next, we're going to strip the word love down to its bones. Because what you're in, it's not love, it's denial. And we're done pretending. Let's go. Number 3, you're not in love. You're in denial. This isn't love. This is survival. This is addiction. This is fear of being alone, dressed up in loyalty's clothes and sprayed with perfume to hide the rot. You're not in love, Queen. You're in denial. Deep, dangerous, soul-killing denial. You keep telling yourself he just needs time, that he's been hurt, that he's scared to open up. No, what he is comfortable. Comfortable knowing he can disappear for days and still come back to your open arms. Comfortable knowing that you'll decode his silence like it's sacred scripture instead of the disrespect it really is. Comfortable knowing that you're scared to walk away because you'd rather be in pain with him than in peace without him. Let's call it what it is. You're holding a knife and calling it a flower. And every time you hug it tighter, you bleed. But instead of dropping it, you tell yourself the pain is proof that it's real. That this must be what love feels like. Girl, this isn't love. This is emotional self-harm. I knew a girl who stayed with a man who ghosted her every single week. One minute he was warm, present, calling her his peace. The next, gone, silent, dry texts, no effort, no explanation. When I asked her why she stayed, she said, because he has potential. Potential? He had potential to love you properly, sure, but what he chose to do was ignore you. And every time you let him come back, you confirmed for him that he didn't have to do better to keep you. And let me teach you something that might hurt. The way he treats you when he's tired is the truth. Not the sweet words he says when he's bored. Not the flirty energy he gives when he's lonely. The real man shows up in the moments when effort is inconvenient. So don't you dare fall for what he does when it's easy. Judge him by what he does when it's hard. Stop calling this love. Love doesn't make you question your worth. Love doesn't ignore your calls and gaslight your gut. Love doesn't leave you aching while he's out feeding his ego. You don't need to love him harder. You need to love yourself enough to stop settling for scraps. If love requires you to ignore yourself, it's not love, it's self-abuse. This denial you're wrapped in, it's not saving you, it's suffocating you. You're not staying for him, you're staying for the fantasy, the future you built in your head with someone who never earned it. You keep playing scenes of healing that never happened, starring a man who's not even trying to change his script. So say it with me right now. Say it in the comments. Say it to your past. Say it to every time you forgave silence, disrespect, and lies because you didn't want to start over. I choose reality over fantasy. Say it until it shakes the illusion loose. Let it be your weapon. Let it be your freedom. Because what's coming next? We're not talking about you hoping he'll change. We're talking about the moment you stop caring if he ever does. And that is when everything changes. Let's go. Number 4. He's not sorry. He's scared you'll stop believing him. He's not sorry. Let me say that again, for the woman who still believes the tears meant something. He's not sorry. He's sorry you're mad. He's sorry you caught him. He's sorry you might actually leave this time. But truly, deeply, painfully sorry for what he did to you? No, that would require a conscience. That would require change. That would require growth. And that's not what he's here for. He's not apologizing to heal the wound. He's apologizing to keep access to you while he keeps twisting the knife. This isn't remorse, it's damage control, emotional PR, a performance. And you're the one handing him the mic and clapping in the audience. He doesn't clean up the mess, he just hides the stains. He doesn't fix anything. He covers it up. With words, with tears, with the same tired line. I'll do better. Better for how long? A day? A week? Until your anger fades and your softness returns and he knows he can get away with it again. Let me tell you something I read in a post from a woman who was just like you. Her man cheated, flat out, no question about it. She confronted him, and he broke. Tears, on his knees, said he'd never hurt her again, swore it, promised, cried into her hands like he was the one who'd been betrayed. She forgave him, thought they were rebuilding, thought it meant something. 2 weeks later, he was back in another woman's DMs, same story, different name. He didn't stop. He just got better at hiding it, because it worked. Because the apology wasn't a turning point, it was a tactic. You think his guilt means he loves you? No. It means he knows how to act like he does, just long enough to keep you around. When a man lies, he's building a world where you exist for his convenience. Not your healing, not your happiness, not your wholeness, his comfort, his access, his ability to come and go as he pleases while you stay in emotional chains. And every time you accept the words without the work, you teach him this. You can break me, and I'll still choose you. Let me be harsh with love, because maybe no one else will say it to you straight. You're not forgiving, you're enabling, you're not healing a relationship, you're helping a liar keep his mask on. And the more you accept these fake apologies, the more power you hand over. So say it with me, loud, clear, bold. I stop accepting apologies without action. Type it in the comments. Let it be the last time you cry over the same lie. Let him feel the silence of a woman who finally sees the game and refuses to play it. Because what's coming next? We're not just talking about his lies anymore. We're talking about the real reason he targeted you. Because deep down, you were never weak. You were powerful, and that scared the hell out of him. Let's go. Number 5. He wanted you broken because he knew you were too powerful whole. You weren't weak. You were powerful, and that scared him. Let's kill the lie right now. He didn't choose you because you were easy to manipulate. He chose you because you were whole. He saw your light, your kindness, your ambition, your heart, and he knew it was bigger than anything he could ever offer back. So what did he do? He did what weak men always do when they meet a strong woman. He tried to break you. Manipulators don't go after women with no fire. They go after the ones who burn. Because if they can dim your shine, if they can make you second-guess your worth, if they can make you believe you need their approval to feel like enough, then they've won. It's not your weakness he fed on, it's your strength. And every time you blamed yourself for being too emotional, too intense, too much, what you were really doing was choking your own power to make him feel comfortable. Let me tell you about this woman I read about on Reddit. She was in a relationship with a guy who couldn't handle her growth. She started working out, started a side hustle, started taking care of herself. She was finally choosing her. And you know what he said to her? He called her selfish, said she was changing, said she was pulling away. No, she wasn't pulling away, she was rising. And the higher she got, the smaller he felt. So he did what manipulators do, tried to drag her back down where he could reach her. He dimmed your light not because he hated it, but because he couldn't control it. He didn't want to love you, he wanted to contain you. And once he realized he couldn't, he had to convince you that your power was a problem, that your independence meant you didn't love him, that your ambition meant you were too busy for him, that your confidence was arrogance, also you'd shrink, also you'd doubt yourself just enough to stay small, right next to him. But listen closely now, the things he called too much are the exact things he was scared of losing. You were the storm, the calm, the spark, the fire. The one thing he knew deep down he couldn't replace, but would rather destroy than watch rise without him. A weak man's weapon is to make a strong woman doubt herself. And that's what he used. Not fists, not screams, but silence, gaslighting, emotional starvation. He starved you of affirmation while feeding you just enough to keep you crawling. And now, it's time to stand up. Say it with me. Say it in the comments. Say it to every version of yourself that ever shrank to fit inside his comfort zone. I reclaim every piece of me he tried to break. Because that woman you were before him, she's not gone, she's waiting. And what's coming next? Oh, we're done nurturing broken boys. We're done playing the rehab center. Next, we talk about why you're not here to save him. Let's go. Number 6. The most painful goodbye is the one you never say. You don't need closure. You need courage. That's the truth no one tells you. You think if you just had one more conversation, one more explanation, one more moment to make him see your worth, then maybe it would all make sense. But let me say it plain. Closure is the lie we chase to avoid letting go. The man who ghosted you, cheated on you, manipulated you, drained you, he's not going to give you peace, because peace was never his gift to give. It's yours to claim. There was a woman I worked with once. She never got her goodbye. Her man disappeared, just stopped texting. No fight, no closure, just silence. For years it haunted her. She kept replaying every moment, asking, "What did I do wrong?" You know what she finally realized? The silence was the answer. He didn't care enough to explain. He didn't care enough to end it with honesty. And in that, she found her freedom. Because what you don't get from them, you give to yourself. You keep standing at a door that was never meant to open, knocking, crying, hoping someone on the other side will finally hear you. But baby, the house is empty. He's not coming back. And if he does, he won't bring anything new, just the same pain in a different package. Stop knocking. The silence is your answer. Say it with me. Type it in the comments. Let him feel it in your absence. Let yourself feel it in your bones. I stop waiting. I start walking. Because next, we're not looking back. We're not begging for closure. We're stepping into revenge. The kind he'll never see coming. Stoic, silent, unreachable. Let's go. Number 7. You want revenge? Win without him. Don't get petty. Get powerful. You want revenge? Cool. Then stop talking about him. Stop watching him. Stop wondering if he misses you. Because the real revenge? It's not a text. It's not a comeback. It's your glow up. It's you building a life so full, so free, so untouchable, that he can't even find a crack to crawl back through. This is stoic revenge. Glow up. Go silent. Build something unstoppable. Become so at peace, your absence becomes the punishment. No clapbacks, no breakdowns, just quiet elevation. I remember a woman who walked away without a word. She hit the gym, launched a brand. He texted a month later, "You seem different." Damn right she was. She was healed and gone. She never replied. He didn't lose her love. He lost access. You were his favorite game. Now, you're not even on the shelf. You don't need to destroy him. You just need to disappear in a way he can't reach. Say it. Mean it. Type it in the comments and let the universe hear your comeback start. I rise so high he can't even spell my name anymore. And now, you're no longer surviving him. You're becoming everything he prayed you'd never be. Let's rise. And now, let's bring it home. You've cried enough. You've waited long enough. You've given chances, explanations, and pieces of yourself to someone who never deserved them. But today, that ends. You're not broken. You're becoming the woman who no longer begs, who no longer bends, who no longer believes lies dressed up as love. This was never about getting him back. It's about getting yourself back. So if this shook you, if it lit even a spark, like the video, hit subscribe and share this with a sister who needs it. It's your time now. No more waiting. Let's rise.